controversial decisions in history, dropping 2 atomic bombs on Japan in an effort to end World War II in the Pacific. Well over 200,000 people lost their lives. Tens of thousands more died in the months after. To this day, many survivors, both American and Japanese, carried trauma and messages of peace. It's detailed in a PBS documentary called Atomic Echoes: Untold Stories from World War II. We have the filmmakers with us right now. Everybody, please welcome to the show Karin Tanabe and Victoria Kelly. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you were friends for years before you even knew about the connection to World War II, right?
Yeah, we were friends since 2017.
Yeah.
And
how
then,
did it come up? How did this?
How does that come up?
Yeah.
In 2023, if you remember, the Barbie movie and the Oppenheimer movie came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And there was this meme of Barbie's hair as a pink mushroom cloud, a very inappropriate meme.
Yeah.
And that got us talking. So my dad was born in 1943 in Japan, just right outside Tokyo. And my great-great-uncle, my grandmother's uncle, Morito Tatsuo, was the first minister of education in Japan after the war. And then he was the first president of Hiroshima University in 1950. So that university was decimated. He wanted to create an institution devoted to peace. And that really included asking universities around the world to send seeds, like tree seeds, to replant the university.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my grandfather was what's called an atomic veteran. So he was actually one of the first American troops into Nagasaki right after the atomic bomb. He developed pretty severe PTSD. He was a medic. He died pretty young from the effects of that. And so when we realized that we both had this connection to the bombs, we just knew that we had to tell some kind of story around this.
Absolutely. So you say you realize many people didn't know what atomic veterans. I am one of them.
Oh, me too, Kelly. Me too.
Yeah, many people don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't talk about it, right?
No, and considering how close I was to the story in Japan, I was very surprised that I had never heard about the atomic veterans. So for those who don't know, like us, they were the servicemen who came to Hiroshima and Nagasaki just 45 days after those bombs dropped. So they were really like her grandfather.
Yeah.
They were exposed to intense radiation and really dealt with a lot of PTSD. And one of the reasons we don't know who they are is because they weren't allowed to talk about it till 1996. We're talking 50 years. They were classified information about what they experienced. It wasn't until President Clinton.
Well, sure, nobody wants that getting out.
Yeah, but they had to hold that internally. It was so difficult for them, and you really see that in the movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the people that you profiled in the film.
Yeah, so we really wanted to profile both American atomic veterans and the Japanese survivors. In Japanese, they're called Hibakusha. And truly finding these American atomic veterans, they are at their youngest 98 years old. We were like, hello, telephone, just calling up, yellow pages, anything we could do. And when we found them, it was hard for them to talk about it. You know, you really felt the emotion there, but they were honored that we finally asked.
I was going to say, probably there was some kind of release of like feeling seen.
They were.
Not being able to talk about it and things being buried so long, you know?
Absolutely, and it wasn't until 2022 that there was even an American Atomic Veteran Service Medal. So we were able to get all 3 of the men we interviewed those service medals, which we're very proud of.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How was that process for you?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So it was emotional because my grandfather was one of them. There's probably fewer than 10 of these men still alive today. So the fact that we were able to locate them and really just showcase these stories for them, I mean, they know we're here. They're so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, they really, like, nobody had ever asked them before, and now they get to talk about it. And so this is just such a big deal to honor all that they went through, that, you know, beyond just fighting in the war. So
Yeah. 80 years later, but
Yeah.
we're happy. We're happy it's happening now.
I heard that Micah's was actually the toughest interview, right?
Oh, if we even
Yeah.
can get through this without crying, I mean, I don't think I can. He's just had his PTSD his whole life. We interviewed him for about 6 hours, and he showed so much emotion.
Micah's was interesting because he was only 17, and he was assigned to be a part of a team of American and Japanese doctors who were working together right after the bomb in Hiroshima, and they were autopsying the victims of the bomb and trying to figure out like what were the effects of radiation. And so he was like just a kid, you know, on like assisting these doctors. And so when he came home, he had a really high level of trauma, and it really lasted throughout his life. I mean, he even has nightmares today, and So I think maybe also us just being able to recognize like this idea that he has it, and kind of was cathartic for him as we were doing this. So
yeah. And once again, having to push something down, you're not allowed to talk about something and it's so horrific. The thing you're supposed to do is talk to people about things like this so they don't just fester and build inside you, you know? We're gonna take a quick break. You can see Atomic Echoes, Untold Stories from World War II, streaming now on PBS. Thank y'all so much for doing this.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
It's such a beautiful thing to keep everybody aware and honor these people that have done so much for their country, and the people that were not honored, you know, to remember them as well.